First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And some room to work. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago! Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Desmond King to return it from his end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Here we go on 4th. Goff. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Santos now to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 14, Lions nothing. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. King going to look to bring it out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you're playing on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Goff on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
By Travis Gibson. A loss of 9. Brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Goff. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Robert Woods incomplete. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus the defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They snap it to Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he is going to have the Bears' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. King going to look to bring it out. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Here we go, here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
One, Omaha.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
King going to look to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Swift. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Garoppolo looks to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
Here we go. 12, 12. 21, 21. Here we go.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Play action. It's Fields. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
They talked a lot about erasing that loss. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
21, 21. 2, 65, 65. Hey, gun,
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. He's airing it out for Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who's the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He is determined not to make this.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point is good.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. King going to look to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
11.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football. They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
On third down, here comes Swift. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on fourth down, and the Bears will get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And this is incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
On fourth down, Fields.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but
they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Montgomery, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They try again with Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Santos with the extra point, and it is 42-0.
Lions, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
King going to look to bring it out. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
On first down, it's Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Fields.
He's got a man. That's caught left sideline.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Here we go, here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. King going to look to bring it out. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Here we go.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And my goodness, another interception.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
And the Bears first down.
One play action. Fields. And he's got his man out of the slot. Complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st down, Fields. Touchdown, Bears! A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bears take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. King going to look to bring it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker.
tackled at the 27-yard line.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
65.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Looking deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
From 21 yards away.
And the Lions take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point up and through by Myers. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here we go.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
21.
Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Lions take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
The extra point now coming from Myers. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter.
Bears 49, Lions 14. Jeff Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. They juked him. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Chicago. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
King going to look to bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnover.
And my goodness, another interception. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Fields on 1st down.
Over the middle, it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet from 3 yards out. And the Bears get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Lions 14. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really Unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
From the 27, Garoppolo. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Escaping the... And he's going to go down again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Lions 14.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Fields now to throw.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bears look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
King going to look to bring it out. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Jaquan Brisker.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
First down, Bears.
Here's Fields.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. Santos' kick is up and through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
King going to look to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's
the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
11.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And a quick throw here that's complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Here we go, here we go.
And this offense on third down today, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That's good.
On first down, Garoppolo.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Go ahead.
Now Garoppolo. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Bears are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances.
He's got a man complete. He's at the 40, 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the point after try for Santos. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Bears 80, Lions 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
King going to look to bring it out.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
Here we go.
I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Garoppolo. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Garoppolo on first down. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Santos now to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Bears 87, Lions 14.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Here we go.
going to try and throw on third. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in this film session.
So for the Bears, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10.
I'm the best, and the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, and the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, For the park and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking a from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's spouting. God don't even see this dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the knew I got him running to it. I'ma need the full amount before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Running like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name up who got a better flow, but she can hang it until I can